Short cycling furnaces, I'd say the number one culprit nowadays is the flame sensor. So your burners are gonna light on one end and there's a flame sensor on the other end. And that flame sensor wants to sense the flame within a half a second. So the burners come on and they shut right back off, so they're short cycling. That flame sensor needs to be cleaned. Another big culprit is a dirty filter. If your filter is very dirty, say you have pets and it hasn't been changed in a year or so, a dirty filter, you don't get enough air going through the furnace, therefore your furnace overheats, and it has a high temperature limit in it that will shut it down. So basically, when it gets too hot, that high temperature limit's gonna shut the gas valve off, but it will keep the fan on. So you could also feel cold air blowing, but then all of a sudden it gets warm again. So now your burners are short cycling because you're cycling on limit, and that's typically due to a dirty filter also. So a clean filter, a clean flame sensor, that can cure a lot of the short cycling. Short cycling puts a lot of stress on the furnace, mainly on the heat exchanger, because your heat exchanger, it's metal, so it's expanding as it heats up, and then it's contracting as it cools back down. So when your furnace is short cycling off and on, boy, that heat exchanger, expansion and contraction, eventually it's gonna cause a crack in the heat exchanger, and at that point, that can be a dangerous situation, and we have to shut the furnace down if you have a cracked heat exchanger. So short cycling puts a ton of stress on the furnace. It's a lot of stress on the motor, but mainly on the heat exchanger itself.